What is up, chat? Welcome in, everybody. This is episode number 4 of the Tigerbuilds Podcast. Again, we got the awesome cutout of the tiger behind us, and I want to welcome everyone in tonight. We got an awesome guest tonight, Lego Man 360. I know a lot of you guys are coming in for this one. Cole's one of my favorite dudes I've met in the space, so really glad to have him on. We got Ostif Bricks coming in with the first comment. What's up, dude? Crimson Toaster, shout out to you for bringing in some of your chat from your live. I appreciate that, man. New face, but Wyatt, welcome in. Scott Davis, welcome in. Glad to see you around again. And we got Bradley Shorts in here as well. So welcome in, guys. We also have DPZ. And I'll try and give you guys a little shout out as we go along, but appreciate you all coming in tonight. And without further ado, let's welcome Cole in. How are you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing too much. So you got any hauls? I hear you got a few different types of.
Oh yeah,
hauls.
I got a couple different hauls. I should have grabbed like the sets, but so yesterday I was supposed to be working. I ended up weather-wise, it didn't work out. We got snow here. Can you believe that? Yeah, we got it wasn't like feet of snow, but it was just snowing all day. The roads were bad and stuff. So, I was like, I messaged a friend. I'm like, hey, have you ever been to Bricks and Minifigs? Like, let's go. So he was like super stoked about it because he's from East Coast and we don't have that around there, but there's a couple of stores here and stuff. So we ended up going over there. Saw a lot of cool stuff. I think a couple sealed Bionicle things. They had all the old UCS sets, the Tantive, the TIE Advanced, and then the X-Wing. So that was really cool to see. Of course, it was like way overpriced. Like I think they wanted what was it, like $800 for the original TIE Advanced or something like that, and I think it was open. I don't even think it was sealed.
Dang.
But yeah, it's just crazy pricing. But it was cool to see in person for sure. But yeah, I went in there with the thought of just like getting a bag of bricks and plates and tile and all that stuff. So, but I didn't know they had like a sale going on, and it was buy one get one free for bags, and so I was like super stoked. So I got 2 bags of Lego and then 2 Speed Champs, each for like $10, and I was pretty stoked.
Yeah, that's the used sets for Bricks and Minifigs. Those are the way to go in my opinion, because the new sets are just way too overpriced, but they can have pretty good deals on the used ones.
Yeah, so I got this bad boy for $10.
That's a good one.
I don't know what it goes for and stuff like that, but and then same with this guy, got it for $10.
Nice.
It just didn't come with the minifigs, but the minifigs aren't anything special. They're just drivers or something like that. So
just city figs.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to collect more of the Speed Champs anyways, so I thought that was a good opportunity and stuff like that. So pretty cool sets for sure. Slowly acquiring more and more,
There you go.
Yeah,
that's sweet. I got a few. I got the 2 Fast and Furious and the James Bond one. The Fast and Furious ones I love, though. Those are really good.
Yeah, those are really good. I mean, I like the new ones that they're coming out with, that they came out with recently. They all look pretty decent. And then I also got the 007 one. I had to. We had just watched all the movies and stuff like that. So just like on this
nice,
007 hype. So yeah, I got that, and it was a really good build. And it came with like a bunch of extra like silver chrome pieces and stuff like that. So I was like kind of surprised by that. So added to the collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a hard piece to find and stuff like that.
So you said it was buy one get one off bags. Was that the like pick a brick for them?
Yeah. So at Bricks and Minifigs, they'll have like these giant like tables full of like loose parts and stuff. They'll have Technic, and then they'll have like Bionicle parts. Bionicle parts are usually picked over because, at least probably in my area, there's a lot of Bionicle fans. So I always try and take a look when I go there and stuff, but they're always like picked over and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I got a bag and I went to check out, and she's like, you get another bag for free I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna go do that real quick.
That's sweet. Yeah, ours is maybe they have bags. The bricks and minifigs by me is like cups. I noticed they had like the little cups. I don't know if that's something different or if they have both and I just missed the bags, but
At least the one by my place, there's the cups, there's the small cups, and then there's
okay.
like small bag, medium bag, and large bag.
All
Um,
right.
the large bag, it's like a gallon bag, I think maybe even more. But that's like $90 or something like that. Definitely worth it if like you find a lot of good parts and stuff. But usually I'll start with like a small bag and then work my way up to see if like, I really need the extra, because otherwise then it's like then I'm just putting random parts in just to fill the bag.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But it's a great, if you have one in the area, it's a great resource to get like very specific parts that the Lego wall doesn't normally have.
Yeah.
I found a couple really cool parts actually. um, let's see. um, I'm a huge Exoforce fan, but I don't own any of the sets. But this was one of them. I don't know if we'll be able to see it.
Is
Probably.
it printed or sticker?
It's a sticker one. Let's see. Oh, you can see that a little bit
Ooh, it
better.
almost is like the Punisher logo.
Yeah, right.
That's
They're so
cool.
And then there was a couple of these, and I needed one for an Exoforce set that I have. So this was
That's
a
sweet.
really great find because I actually needed two, and there was two in there. So
Dang.
that was quite the find.
There you go. I
But
think I might have an Exoforce figure or two.
mhm,
I'm not sure what it is though. It's like I want to grab it. I'm gonna grab it really quick.
go for it. Yeah, Exoforce is like super cool if none of you know about Exoforce. But what's up, Scott? I see you there. Can I can't highlight anything. What's up, Moments of the Magic? How are you? XO Force. That's so Sigma. What are you talking about?
I got a whole baggie of like figs that I keep separate from my random ones because they're
Mhm.
a little bit nicer. I think I put them in here. Oh yeah, there they are.
Hero Factory is cool.
I got like half of a Hero Factory like fig right here. I forgot they even had these.
Oh, cool.
They were weird ones. But nah. So
No, it's just me now. It's my stream. No, he's back.
wrong button. This might not be Exoforce, but these guys.
Oh no,
To get the light on them. Those aren't it. No.
no, not Exoforce, but that's like some OG space figs and stuff. Still really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I could have sworn they were Exoforce. Guess
No,
not.
but they are equally as cool, I will say.
I appreciate it. Really quick moments. Welcome in. And I saw host a mock. I've seen this a few times. That'd be a fun thing. We could try and do that sometime, Wyatt.
Yeah,
But
that'd be cool.
I'll tell you one figure I've been trying to get a lot, and I'm thinking of this because I've got this old Chima wolf right here with
yeah.
the trans in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we haven't gotten Force Ghost, man. Like,
Yeah.
out of all these years, I feel like they could have done at least a few variations of Force Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, I have a few Chima figures as well that I got from like a random Facebook Marketplace haul, and I've only noticed they're not full, transparent, stuff. It's either an arm or a leg or something like that. It's very rare. It's like a body. And from the ones that I've seen, like I prototype ones of like the clones and stuff like that, the body does look a little weird because like it's not fully transparent.
Really?
The printing on the figure kind of like gets lost with all like the connection points with the legs and the arms and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
So I feel like that's why they haven't done like a Force Ghost type of thing, just because it looks a little lost, like with at least the transparent stuff. But
that's fair.
But I do agree. I think that'd be really cool to see for sure.
Yeah, because I've seen other like variations of Force Ghost where it's even just like a really light blue, and I mean it's not perfect, but I don't think it looks half bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely something I've always wanted, and that's why like I was gonna try one of my mocks. I was gonna try and do was gonna be like that final scene with the Force Ghost staying around Vader's it's not a grave, but like I don't have a better word for it, so it's grave.
Mhm.
But like there's just no good Force Ghost customs you can find, and the ones that are like decent are like freaking hundreds of dollars. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, custom figs, like, go one way or the other. It's either like it's basically art where you're paying for the art piece and it's like a lot of money, or if someone's trying to mass produce it, which
Yeah,
is great, but the quality is not going to be there as much as we would like or expect from an actual Lego product.
that's true. I will say though, while we're on the topic,
Mhm.
um, Nathaniel at Last Clone Studios showed me this guy. So
Mm.
he does customs on official. I believe it's mostly or all official Lego, but he's out of the Netherlands, and he has this custom all trans clone
Yeah.
that I
Okay.
think looks really good. So like, I guess my thing is like I see what you're talking about with the mold marks. Like you can see like the legs right here.
Yeah.
It's kind of sticking out, like it's not fully trans. But if you did like black printing, like he's got over it with like the robes and stuff, you could
Hmm.
sort of cover it up maybe.
Yeah. No, I can see that for sure. Yeah, that looks really good. I
I
mean,
know. I thought about buying one of those because I just thought that clone was so sweet.
yeah, right. Yeah. Tijin, TDT. He has a lot of cool products. I don't know if like I don't know if he makes a lot of the products or he just resells them or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be a mix of both too. I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure.
Also, his store is a little confusing. I mean, like I got an old man brain, so I don't really know how to buy and sell on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, for me, it's just a little confusing.
Yeah. Well, so I was texting him about. I was trying to find someone to even commission out to do a trans, um, Force Ghost, but he said it was going to be like thousands of bucks because he'd have to like make an entire new mold, print it, and
Oh wow.
everything. And I was just like, yeah, I can't do that for one figure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. At
But
that point, you can get a whole lot more.
yeah. So
But
what was you had another haul you said?
yes, I mean, it's not Lego, so sorry to everybody, um, Lego fans and stuff like that. But I'm a huge movie buff, so all these I got for $4 at like a thrift store. So of course I got my favorite movie, El Dorado. Like that was my childhood. So one of my favorite movies. Got Heat, one of the best heist movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, Twister. I had to get it because I mean tornadoes were a hot topic yesterday, so I had to get it.
Yeah,
But also, they're doing a remake of this movie, so just wanted to
Twisters.
grab it. And then Ocean's 11. I actually watched this for the first time this year, and then I watched all of the other ones, so it's pretty cool. Um, and then Dances with Wolves. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, it's pretty good. It's basically Avatar without the
Nice.
space and blue people and stuff like that. And then I thought it was sealed, but it's not sealed. But episode 1, it's still got like the plastic on it and stuff like that. And you could save $3 by mail when you buy episode 1 plus a Pepsi and Tostitos. You know,
Okay. All right.
valid through 5/31/2000. I think I missed it, but you know, definitely a cool find.
You should go try. That'd be like a good short or something.
Yeah, just mail it in, see what happens.
Did you already show El Dorado?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if you showed that one or not.
no
That
worries.
movie
I
was
think you
one
were
of
dealing with
my
something.
favorites growing up.
Yeah, it's like bad. You know how a lot of people like memorize the B movie like as a meme and stuff like
Yeah.
that? I know every line to this by heart,
Dang.
and it's really bad. I can't watch it with anybody else because I'm saying the lines as the movie's going on and stuff like that. So uh yeah, I mean just a great movie. If you haven't seen it, hands down one of the best DreamWorks movies. So
Yeah. My childhood was like that, Treasure Planet, and Atlantis. I
Yes.
loved those movies.
Treasure Planet is way underrated, and same with Atlantis. Atlantis was underrated, but I can't believe they made a second one. The second one was just
Yeah.
not that good.
I just I don't even remember the second one. I remember the first one pretty well,
Mhm.
but I gotta go back and watch those now. That might be what I do tonight, honestly. I
Yeah. I
just like
mean, hey, you got Disney Plus, it's on there.
yeah, exactly.
Um, Disney made, they had, like, this little point in time where they were just doing sequels to a whole bunch of their movies, like Fox and the Hound, Atlantis, they did Lion King, every movie had, you know, a second one and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it was straight to VHS, so there was, like, no promotion or anything like that.
Dude, I remember VHS as a kid, like, going up to this TV and having to hold like, rewind for a half hour to get the movie to
Oh,
rewatch it.
you didn't do you'd stop and then rewind? Because stop, rewind, it would go twice as fast.
Oh, I didn't know that. No,
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah,
Huh.
no, you didn't have to hold it. You had to stop it and don't eject it, and then you hit rewind, and then it goes, like,
Oh,
double,
okay.
triple speed. It'll rewind in, like, 2 minutes, super fast. 2
Dang, yeah,
minutes.
I used to sit there and just hold it forever, and it'd be like the little staticky, you'd see the little
Yeah,
black bar go across it,
and
and
you're just watching the whole movie in reverse, and it's just
yeah.
like, you're okay with it, yeah. My brothers and I, we would make, like, giant towers with the VHSs and stuff like that, and it would obviously come crashing down, but, VHS, they're resilient.
Oh, exactly,
They
yeah,
didn't
but
break.
every now and then you'd, like, mess around with one too much, and all the, like, tape inside of it would come flying out and stuff.
Yeah.
We had that happen a few times,
Oh,
but yeah, dude,
jeez.
some of the best movies I watched on VHS, like Aladdin,
Mhm. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo. I grew up watching Scooby-Doo VHS.
Yes, yeah. Um, I had Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase on VHS, and it also came with, like, a couple other Cartoon Network shows.
Nice.
Um, I forget what other VHS tape that I had, but, like, there was one in at the end of it, I think it was Scooby-Doo, but it had a certain Courage the Cowardly Dog episode and then a Cow and Chicken episode, and, we would just rewatch those all the time, and those like, I never watched the show on TV. I only watched those 2 episodes, um, on the VHS,
Yeah.
so
Dude, Courage the Cowardly Dog is underrated too. That was a good
that
one.
spooked me, like, that one episode creeps me out because it was the guy just, out in the middle of, the desert, just, saying something. It was like, I don't know what it was referencing. I know it was like a story in the Bible or something like that, but like the locust came and stuff like that. And he would just sound super creepy and stuff like that. I'm just like I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch this anymore.
No, it was like I love the animation. It was
Mm,
eerie though. That was like part of
yeah.
it that was so fascinating. Like there is something that like sometimes like the almost like eeriness of the movie is like
Hmm.
you're just like, what is going on, bro?
Yeah.
Have
Right.
you ever seen Nine by Tim Burton?
Oh, I love that. I love that
Yeah,
movie. Like,
that's one of those for me.
I remember, at my old job, like this kid came up and, she was wearing a Nine hoodie, and I'm like, "Have you seen that movie?" She's like, "Yeah, I love that movie." I'm like, "That is like one of the greatest movies ever." And she's like, "I'm so happy you know about this movie." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Not more people should watch this movie. It's awesome." But I was super surprised because like it was she was had to be in middle school or something like that. So I'm just like, I'm surprised you know about this. So
Yeah, that was a good one though. I mean, Tim Burton's got good movies. He just
mhm.
like I would not want to be inside that man's mind, dude.
Nope. That's left to him. I'll just watch whatever he makes. That's fine.
Like, what was it? Frankenweenie? Was that the one with the like Frankenstein dog?
Yeah.
That one scared me, dude.
I didn't
That
watch
one.
that. I also
Mm.
didn't watch Claire
Oh, Coraline?
Coraline. That's it. Yeah.
No,
I didn't
dude.
watch that.
Stay far from. I still to this day have nightmares from that one. That
Oh,
one is
really?
terrifying, and I've never seen the whole thing. I just like when I
Mm.
was a young kid growing up, we used to go to. I mean, we still go to Costco a lot, but they used to play it on like all the TVs they have displayed
Yeah.
at Costco. They used to play it on all those when I was younger. So I'd just like walk by seeing all of these
Yes.
Coralines playing at once, and it's like the freaking spider crawling through the hole in the wall and stuff, and it's
Hmm.
just it's terrifying. And the bead eyes, like, what is going on, dude?
I saw Ostif said, please tell me you have letterbox B. Yes, sir, I do. Here it is. Come on, focus. Come on. Maybe. Let's see. No, I guess not.
There
We
you
go. Let's see. Of course I click on an ad. I'll just read it off. I only have 984 films listed on here. So that I've watched. I gotta keep watching stuff and adding it too. But yeah, add me, Ostif. Just message me. I'll give you my username. But yeah,
Dang, I gotta get on that because I use IMBD. So
gotcha.
just that one you just like it's just I think same thing ranking movies, but you don't follow people on it. But I'll have to hop on Letterboxd. The problem is I have like over 600 movies rated on this already. It's like having to go over and re-rate all of them like take a minute.
I stopped like rating movies. Like I don't think my opinion's like really worth shouting out from the rooftops or anything. Like
Yeah.
really
I don't rate them for I don't think it's public. I think it's my own. Yeah, it's my own rating. So like what I
that's
would
the
rate them.
thing. Yeah, this is public, and I'm just like, if I really like
Gotcha.
something, I'll like it, I'll like favorite it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I remember like what movies I really liked and didn't like. I don't have to like make a scale or anything like that. But it's really cool. People make lists and stuff all the time. So like, if you want something super specific, like best Italian drama black and white films, someone probably made a list for it. It's crazy. Or if you want like best sci-fi horror indie films, like someone's probably made a list for that. And it's just films you've never heard of before. It's really great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's it. I'll have to hop on it just for the social aspect, but I've just been using this one. Like I said, it's just like I just rate it for myself. So it's like shows me like what movies I liked, what I didn't like. And I don't know, while I'm watching a movie, like before the credits, I just hop on every time if it's a new one and rate it really quick. So on the topic, and I guess you could use your letterbox for some
I can.
like give us a few 10 out of 10s in your book.
10 out of 10s. You know what? I do have some 10 out of 10s on here. Let's see. Should I just do likes? Yeah, I'll just do likes. So my liked films. Now, I'm not saying like these are 5 out of 5 stars or something like that, but these are just movies that like I maybe had like a connection to or like I really appreciated, that kind of thing. So there's Ex Machina. I thought that one was really cool.
That's a
And
good one.
then Chappie, if you've ever seen Chappie.
Yeah.
Same guy who made District 9. So that was really cool to see.
District
And
9 was the first star movie I ever saw.
nice. And then have you seen Hardcore Henry? That's also the same
I don't
guy.
think so. No.
Hardcore Henry was like the first ever first person view movie,
Okay.
at least that I've, found out. But really cool, really interesting story. Pacific Rim is like one of my
That's a
all-time.
classic.
It's
Yeah.
like a cult classic. Like I know there are flaws, but like gotta love it.
I mean, Star Wars is a cult classic too. Like there's a
Exactly.
lot of things that don't work with Star Wars, but
Yeah.
look at where we are.
And then a couple more recent ones. The Iron Claw. That was an A24 movie that came out with
That was Gyllenhaal, right?
no, that was
Oh wait, that was
Zac Efron.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He was phenomenal. Like, when I think of Zac Efron, I think of bad comedy movies or High School Musical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was kind of skeptical going into it, and he blew me away. He
Really?
was absolutely amazing. He did a phenomenal job. At the end of the movie, I was in tears. Like it was just It was a beautiful film.
That's a good
So
movie then. That like when it
yeah.
does that to you, that you know it's a good movie.
It's crazy because, like, movies usually don't have that kind of effect on me, but, like, I just had such a connection with it that, like, it just really brought, a lot out and stuff,
Yeah.
so, um, and then Dark Knight, that's kind of like, "Oh, of course it is."
Yeah.
You know? And then Dances with Wolves, that was the movie I got, um, and then I've been getting into, like, older samurai movies ever since I've started watching Shogun on
Oh, I've heard that's good.
yeah, it's on Hulu. Highly recommend. It's beautiful. If you don't like subtitles, then don't watch it. But there's a movie called Yojimbo. Uh, really, I love it. And it's all the same like main actor in a lot of these old ones. I need to watch one that's on my list is called Iran,
Okay.
and then the classic Seven Samurai.
All
Uh,
right.
that's another good one. They're all pretty long movies. It's black and white. Um, Sometimes like really long, drawn out scenes, but from like a film standpoint, they're really, really amazing, and the story is really
Yeah.
well written and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so I can totally get why some people wouldn't like it because it's not like fast paced, action packed kind of stuff. But
Yeah. I bet I can see you appreciating that type of stuff though with the videography.
yeah,
Obviously, like that's
I mean,
cool.
I wanted to go into film when I was younger. I wanted to go down to Full Sail University in Florida and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But life happens and stuff doesn't work out. But you know, I'm happy where I'm at right now, and I just have like such an appreciation for it. I do like my own stuff on the side here and there, and but maybe one day I'll get to make my feature film that I want to and stuff.
That's sweet.
I got to start making some more short films, sending them out to film festivals and stuff like that. It's a it's a really daunting task.
Yeah.
It's one thing writing it, and then it's another thing like planning it, getting funding for it, and then just the whole like process of like just filming, and then once you're done filming, you're not done. You still have like maybe 2 or 3 times longer in the editing room, just watching the same thing over and over and over again until you feel it's perfect, not
Yeah.
everybody. And then it's also just like working so hard on something and then just being open to criticism, not even like expecting it, just being like, some people are going to hate this and that's okay, but how can I learn and grow from it? But
Yeah.
that's kind of like with YouTube. It's like we put out a video that we worked really hard on, and it's really easy for someone just to comment like this sucked. That hurts your
Yeah.
feelings. It really does. It hurts because like you worked hard on it and you really liked it. But someone just, someone didn't. And that's
Yeah.
okay. So
No, that's a good mindset to have about it
yeah.
for sure. So Asta says Hardcore Henry is the best now. Who's the best variant of Henry? I don't know if it's like a split type movie because I haven't seen it, but I'll let you answer that one.
What was the question again?
It's
Oh,
pinned if you
there it
can
is.
see it.
Duh. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this. Who's the best now? Who is the best variant of Henry? Who's the best variant? I don't know. I kind of like the variant in the bus. Um when when he's just like, go on, get out of here, and this dude in like full mirrors comes in and he has a flamethrower, and he basically just throws you out of like the bus and stuff like that, and then he turns back and the bus just goes poof, and he just like comes running out on fire and just like collapses, and you're like,
Man,
oh no, that's like the first time you see him like die. Sorry, this is all spoilers. And then you're like, oh my
fine.
gosh, like he died, we just met him, like this sucks. And then he turns the corner and he's there and he's like, come on, like what are you doing? Let's go. It's just like, what? So it's just like a mind twister kind of movie. It's like it's really cool though. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't really spoil anything, but
I'll have
yeah.
to watch it though now. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I love those like thriller type movies. So Ostif, another comment, all-time favorite movie is Stand By Me. Speaking of which, guys, anyone in the chat, you can drop your favorite movies. I want to hear them.
Yes, I want to hear him too.
I'll try and find a few of mine. 10 out of
Yeah.
10s. Let's see.
Someone said they want to see the new movie Civil War.
I just saw it. It was
Oh,
pretty
you
good.
did?
Yeah, it was
Nice.
pretty good. The ending will piss you off. Um,
That's what I heard. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think
won't say what happens, but
there was a lot of people projecting what it was going to be about, and then people just taking that in and being like, "Oh, this is what it's about," and then it's not what it's about.
yeah,
Um,
it's it's not really what you'd think for sure. Like it's the POV, I
mhm.
guess, changes the entire movie, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like you think it's going to be about one thing going in, and it's really not. It's about using that as a medium to show a story of something else.
Yes. Yeah. I heard it's just like it's a movie about journalism.
That's what it is.
Without
Yeah,
like, spoiling anything. I mean, you
yeah,
can kind of tell that from the trailers and stuff, but yeah, I heard, uh, good and bad things about it, but I think majority of the bad things were just people watching it and not expecting.
yeah. Well, and that's not like the ending is not even like something you don't expect. It just is like
That's it.
the
That's what I'm
way.
assuming.
No, not even. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Yeah,
It just
but I
was.
see people in chat saying like no spoilers, but we
Yeah,
haven't.
I won't
We're,
spoil it,
we're not spoiling
but
anything. I promise.
just the yeah. I don't know. Just the what they do with characters just is like
Hmm.
upsetting.
I get you.
And it's supposed to be, but uh, anyways, I'll just rattle off a few. World War Z, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay,
I love a good zombie movie.
gotcha.
Forrest
Brad
Gump,
Pitt, Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Interstellar. I saw Austin said Interstellar on his list. That's one of mine too.
Hmm.
Tenet is possibly my either favorite or second favorite movie of all time. I
Okay.
love Tenet. Have you seen that one? That's the
No. But did you see it
Christopher
in
Nolan.
theaters?
Yeah.
So 60 frames. How was that experience?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
Gotcha.
And like I mean, do you know the concept? It's basically like going back and it feels like an Inception movie where it's like that type of like your
Mm.
mind's working the whole time, but I think it's way more confusing than Inception even. I mean, it's the premise is like they figure out how to go backwards in time so you like can retrace your steps and redo an action.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
but it just like got people going all over the place and you're trying to track one story with another and how does this guy fit
Mm.
here and he was over here a second ago. But
Yeah.
that was a beautiful one. Soundtrack is I think the best soundtrack of any movie I've ever seen. I
Mm.
mean it's a fantastic movie. But that and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty
Okay. Yeah.
battle it out for my number one favorite. I love Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's just like a feel good for me.
Hmm. Oh, we lost you.
Oh man.
That's all right. That's that Secret Life of Walter Mitty is on my list. I forget the actor's name, the main actor in that. But every time I see him, I just think of Night at the Museum. I'm
Yeah.
just like I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or Zoolander or something like that,
I forget his name. But
Ben Stiller, there we go.
yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you, Austin.
Man, this thing should not have died that fast. I had this on full charge.
You got to
No,
get one of
full
those
charge.
wall outlet batteries.
Yeah, I do. And I even just thought about sucking it up and buying another battery, honestly, just for the sake of having one.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting another battery. Like, I recommend it for sure. But then you'll run into the problem of like then both batteries are out.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
But I
I
have
think
one on my Amazon list that I'm using now. That I could send you if you want.
oh
It's
yeah, sure,
pretty
dude.
inexpensive. It's like $20 or something like that.
Oh, just a regular battery was at the
Well, it's a fake battery that goes into the camera, and then it
okay.
just like a wall outlet.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, if you want to send me that, that'd be great.
for sure. Yeah.
I definitely need another.
Yeah, because
I-
like my camera is just on all the time. Well, not all the time, but like like I
yeah.
don't have to worry about it shutting off randomly and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, you remember I didn't know how to do this a couple weeks ago even. So I finally figured it out. I think what I was doing wrong, so I had everything downloaded. I just like wasn't plugging stuff in the right if that makes sense.
You
So
did what?
like I like wasn't plugging stuff in the right order.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I
Yeah.
looked it up because I researched a bunch of stuff on how to do it right, and they were saying that like if you turn it on and then plug in the camera, like it won't work. Like you have to plug it in and then turn on
Mm.
the camera or something like that.
Yeah.
So I messed around with that a bunch, and I honestly don't know what order I'm supposed to do it in still, but I just do it until it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So it's just sometimes it involves just like turning off the camera and then back on, and then yeah,
mhm,
it's just weird.
yeah, I'll
Um,
mess around with it for a bit, see if I can get it back on, but it's fine for now.
gotcha.
Whatever, we're getting there. There's
Ostif
bigger
hasn't
things to
seen
life.
Dune, bro.
Have you seen the new one yet, Cole?
I haven't seen the second one yet. I'm I it's so unfortunate because I've just grown astray from the theaters. Like I hate going to the movies now.
Really?
Um, I have a killer system set up here, like so I don't really need to go to the movies. Yeah, I know it's better, like this, that, and the experience and whatever, but like I don't want to deal with like people and like stickiness and
Stick.
overpriced food and just like I remember going to the movies for $5 on a Tuesday. That was the deal. But now it's like $20,
Really?
and that's the deal. I don't know. But yeah. And then it's just like people, I'm not saying you have to be quiet and still and stuff like that, but like, it's just a lot of like I don't have to tell someone to get out of my seat. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I get that. I guess I'm just blessed because like the theater by us, they still have $5 Tuesdays.
so
Um, and like I'm never really heck stick for like, oh, I have to see something opening night.
mhm,
So we always go Tuesday nights. I mean, I go probably every other week to the theaters. It's just something me and my dad have always done. So
mhm.
we tend to do that. I mean, like $10 for 2 tickets, and then they have this pop. Most theaters have this now, but they got this popcorn bucket. You pay like $25 at the beginning of the year, and then
Mhm,
it's like
refill it.
$4 refills for the
Yeah,
rest of the year. So you go $15 for a movie. Like it's not bad,
nice.
and
Nah,
they
I
got like
haven't
the
found a theater.
reclining seats and stuff.
See, that's nice. I haven't found a theater like that around me. It's all AMC. AMC has
Oh,
a
gotcha,
monopoly out here, so it's like,
gotcha.
like I can't deal with it. Um, I haven't watched the original Dune yet. I recently got that on DVD, and I really want to watch it. So, um, Cole, just know if you ever need help or idea for music and filming, be glad to help. Oh, thank you, Austin. Yeah, he's doing his own music for his videos and stuff, and it sounds really, really good.
Oh, Ostif makes music?
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
there's nothing this guy can't do. He's an amazing drawer. He's now a mock builder.
I did see the drawings. Like
Yeah,
this Clone Wars stuff was sweet.
yeah. Now he's making music, and it's just like, dude, like,
Dang,
come
that's
on, man.
cool. That's sweet. My brothers and I are actually trying to film a music video right now just for the heck of it.
Oh, that's fun. I
That'd be
love doing
fun.
videos. It's when you get to like be super creative and like just while out, just go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my friends and I used to growing up, like we just had a YouTube channel and we just make skits and stuff like that. I mean, like it never got anywhere. Like it was just for us. It was just like, the fun of the game kind of thing.
Mhm.
But also I got to hone in my skills and stuff as like, in video and editing and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was always like super excited to do it because I was never in the videos. I was always behind the camera and like editing and stuff like that. But it
Gotcha.
was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what got me into the YouTube, I think, a bit is like I probably like edit. I think I would do like editing more than I like filming a video.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the fun part for me. And I don't even have any of the nice software, but like I grew up going to the Apple store and doing their iMovie boot camps every summer.
Oh, really?
So like
I
they
didn't know
teach you how to use iMovie. They probably
Oh,
don't do it anymore. It was when I was
gotcha.
like really young.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
But yeah, I used to go for like couple hours every day the like 1 week of the summer, and they do that. But I
Mhm.
still use iMovie to this day. Y'all can probably tell,
Interesting.
but
Okay.
I think it'd be fun to get into. I always forget Adobe Pro
Premiere
or
Pro.
Premiere.
Yeah.
Premiere, yeah. And I want to. It just is also like I'll get there when I get there. Like
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
almost like perfect iMovie, and then when I'm like, okay, there's nothing else I could do better here, be like, all
Mhm,
right, now let's take it up a step, because I know there's a lot of stuff I can do, but at least when
mhm.
I started, I was like looking at people that made stuff, and I was like, you know what, M&R is using iMovie still, so like I think I'm fine to start with iMovie.
Yeah. I mean, like, iMovies, at the end of the day, it's a tool, it's software, you know.
Hmm.
Um, if it suits your needs, then all by all means, do that. Some of my stuff I have to do some more like at least my freelance work and stuff like that. I have to do a little
Oh,
more
totally.
like, crazier things. Like I need more functionality, I guess, like the ability to go on and customize things and all that stuff, like whether it's like lower thirds or transitions or something like that. um I mean, I grew up using a cracked version of Sony Vegas, and I hated it. I hated Sony Vegas so much. Like it was like the worst. Maybe it was because it was a torrented version or something like that. But um, I wasn't paying $400 at 12 years old. Like no way.
Yeah.
Um, and Windows Movie Maker was just hot garbage. So yeah, and one day my friend was like, "Hey, you should just try the Adobe suite, like Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere, and After Effects." And I'm like, "Okay, like I'll give it a try." And I loved it. I love like
Yeah.
how it's all in one and kind of thing. So I mean, that I use all those programs like every week.
So when you buy that, do you get Photoshop with Premiere if you pay the subscription?
It depends on it. It's weird. So
Okay.
you
I
can
thought I
do
thought there was gonna be a catch.
You can do like the photographer bundle where you get like Lightroom and Photoshop and that's it. You
Yeah.
can also do pay for one app. And I think that's like $10 a month or something like that. And then same with like the photography bundle. I think it's like $10 a month as well. But if you want like all the apps, like that's the only thing. It's like either you pay for one or you pay for them all.
Gotcha.
And then all of them is like $60 a month.
Mm.
Um, but the cool thing is like I can sync like a Premiere Pro project with After Effects. And then any third party plugins that I have as well. And then if I'm working on something in Lightroom and I'm like, I need a little more editing done, like I need to like manipulate the photo a little bit more, like then I can open it in Photoshop and it links to my Lightroom. So it's all in the same catalog and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, so it's super nice, super handy. But again, it's $60 a month.
Yeah.
I've found a way to kind of get around that to where like you go in and say like I started doing this like in the pandemic because like money's tight for a lot of people, and I'm not just doing this to like stick it to the man. It's like genuinely I could use the assistance.
Yeah.
So like you just go in to cancel it, and then right before you like confirm to cancel it, it would be like, you know hey, what if we, cut 50% off for the rest of the year or something like that?
Mm.
So instead of $60 a month,
Okay.
it's $30 a month. And I'm just like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So every year I kind of just, redo that to where like, because
Just
$60 a
windows
month is a
down.
lot, it's $60 a
Yeah.
month is a lot. So
No, that's not cheap.
I'd much rather do 30, which is still a lot, but that this is my livelihood. This is how I make money.
Yeah.
So
No, that
yeah,
makes sense. I mean,
any
and 30 is not that bad, honestly, for what you're getting.
no,
You know,
not at all.
I mean,
Not
I'm
at
not
all.
saying it's cheap. Like stuff is not cheap, and
No.
subscriptions will kick you in the butt
Yeah.
really fast with how fast they add up. But
Mhm.
yeah. Um, no, I was looking. Like I said, I was looking to get it, and maybe one day I'll get it, but just not right now for where I'm at. I'll
Mhm.
just wait a little longer. But yeah,
Yeah.
the stuff you can do with it is, I mean, I've seen people use it. It's really good. I got one buddy who's into videography, and he shows me the stuff he does with it.
Mhm.
Definitely, like iMovie is like the limited. Like it's a very much beginner thing. There's not much you can do, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it
I
gets you by.
mean, you don't have to it's not a subscription based. It comes with Apple products, or do you have to purchase it now?
No, it comes with Apple projects.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Final Cut's the one you have to purchase.
Hmm.
And the Final Cut's like, the step up from iMovie. But it's not a step down from Premiere either. So, Zach King uses Final Cut. and he's making crazy, he has the most popular TikToks, in the world. So, he's
Yeah.
doing something right.
Yeah.
So,
That's the transition guy who'll do,
yeah.
like, the different depth perception stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of his most popular one is him riding a broom, and then it turns out to be, like, him on a skateboard with a mirror or something like that.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah,
really
I've
cool,
seen
like,
those.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet. Quick
No,
sh
sorry, Ostif.
You're good.
Pirate Bay is not a thing anymore. They got that guy a long time ago.
Is that like a pirating thing?
Yeah, Pirate Bay used to be, like, a huge, like, platform to, like, get all your torrented stuff, like, the amount of music I got from that website, jeez. Like, entire discographies, like, like, oh my
Jeez.
gosh. It's alright, Ostif. They kinda kept it on the DL,
Was
you
that
know?
like a Napster sort of?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda? Yeah, I should I say this on a live stream? Um, oh well. I didn't torrent them. I had a buddy who torrented a bunch of Star Wars movies.
Mhm,
And I helped him. It's one of the greatest things I've ever done. We spent 10 hours one Saturday editing this. We took the final 4 episodes of Clone Wars
mhm,
and Revenge of the Sith and chopped them up in like chronological order
mhm.
and made a baby. And
Oh, that's
we call
awesome.
it Revenge of the Sith, the Super Ultimate Edition,
Oh,
because
cool.
it's a 4-hour cut that's interwoven with like everything that Ahsoka and Rex and
Oh, that's awesome.
Maul
Yeah,
got going on. And it's like,
yeah.
dude, it's actually clean. Like, I don't know
Mm,
if Disney Plus meant to set it up like this, but like, you go from like a Venator going down the distance to like
mhm.
Anakin and Obi-Wan Starfighter. So like, the transitions aren't bad. Like, you'd
Yeah.
think going from animated to real would be like a big problem, but
Mm-mm.
that was fun. I gotta get that from him on his computer because that was one of my favorite things to watch. But we used to sit in our dorm and watch that. It's like a 4-hour cut. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Um, I didn't torrent as many movies, back in the day. Um
I don't recommend this, guys. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yeah, no, I mean, obviously, it's a crime. You can't do it, but, oh well. But, the last thing I think I got, there was, there's have you heard of the Star Wars despecialized editions?
Mm-mm.
So there's like 4K 77 and 4K 79, I think, or something like that, or
Okay.
80 something. But it's basically like they took original spools like of the Star Wars movie and digitized it and basically like cleaned it up to where it's like doesn't look bad, but it's all the original. It's like it's what people saw back in 77, you know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
Like what our parents saw, our grandparents, or who are, when they saw it in theaters and stuff like that.
That's
Because
sweet.
as you know now, like, George Lucas went ahead and changed a whole bunch of stuff, and they buried like the original stuff. So like
Yeah.
you
Well,
can't
even
watch.
like Hayden being in there and stuff. Like, there's edits
Yeah,
already that
yeah.
were there.
Because when I was a kid, I mean, I still have the VHS tapes. My grandfather had it on VHS, and this was way before Hayden Christensen and stuff like that. So at the end of Return of the Jedi or whatever it is, number 6, a random old guy just comes up, and that's Darth Vader. You know what I mean? And then when I saw it on Disney Plus, I was like, and then Hayden pops up. I'm like, that's cool, but when they do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and there's bits of CGI that they've put in that you can tell aren't like with the
mhm.
old mold stuff. I
Yeah,
forget.
like the parties
There's
on
something at
Naboo and
Mhm. Yep, and there's something
Coruscant.
at Jabba's palace that was, oh, shoot, what was it they added? There's some monster or something in the background they added that was CGI, and it just, like, stands out like a sore thumb from the rest
Gotcha.
of it.
Yeah, because again, when I watched it, the singing part, like, in Jabba's palace,
Mhm.
um, that character was puppeted. You
That's
know,
what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah,
it.
and now on all the new ones, it's like CGI. And does it look better? Sure, I guess, but like it doesn't need to
Yeah,
look better. It's like that's the original stuff. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But
It's
with
like
these back to the point of the despecialized editions, they're made with the intention of this is how it was made. This is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With no additives or anything like that. Um, I mean, even the scene with the Jabba in A New Hope, where Han is talking to him and he's like, hey, I'll get your money. Like, and he like steps on his tail and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That was actually a deleted scene with Jabba, who was actually just some, heavy set dude.
Human jobs.
Yeah. So, but I guess Lucas didn't like that, so they just cut it out of the movie. But now in like more recent, times, they added that deleted scene back in, but they just
Yeah.
put the CGI Jabba on. But yeah, just watching those movies, like, how they were meant to be, or maybe not how they were meant to be, but how they came, is really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I had them on, and then I threw it on my projector and stuff like that, and it was a
Nice.
really cool experience because,
Nice.
and then same with like the VHS tapes. Like, yeah, they're altered a little bit here and there, but like it's a little more authentic to what it was back in the day.
Well, and there's something just about like the way they used to film movies that just isn't a thing today. Like,
No.
one, you have plot. I mean, I feel like for the most part, stuff is just kind of a rip off of what it used to be now.
Mhm.
Like, you get an original thing every now and then, but like, how many sequels do you have now? And it's just like you don't have classics coming out now like you did back then. Like, even Dune, I mean, that's probably the biggest trilogy soon to be right now, and that's just a copy and a remake of something that already happened back in the 80s. And like, you just had like trilogies like the original Star Wars, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters. I mean, the list goes on and on from the 80s and 90s. That just today, it just feels like everything's just kind of like copy and paste or like remastering the same thing they used to do.
Yeah. I mean, for the way I feel about it is like, of course, like these studios have to make money. Like, I understand that. I get that. And that's like a huge part of like these movies. But even the mindset of a lot of creators, even me, I'm like guilty at this at a much smaller scale, mind you. But it's like you're shooting something, filming something, whatever, and you something goes wrong or like it isn't perfect, and you're like, I'll just fix it in post. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll add it in editing or something like that. Or it's kind of just like we just got to shoot it, and then we'll do something later, or they'll make a whole CGI scene later in editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like Indiana Jones, like Jurassic Park, Jaws, Star Wars, Star Trek, all those cult
Exactly.
classic movies, like The Thing, Alien, like all those movies, they had to get it right in camera on the day. Like, they couldn't move on until they got it right. You know what I mean? There was no, oh, we'll fix it in the editing room. Even though technically Star Wars was kind of saved in the editing room,
Yeah.
but I'm more so talking about like the cohesion, the way it looks, the story, the acting, and stuff like that. It's like, a lot of it had to, there was no fixing it in post. Like, all you could do is cut stuff together, maybe add some special effects, like, like the lasers and, the mini scale stuff and all that. But in terms of like the movie process, like you had to work through every detail before you started shooting and stuff like that. You had to have
Yeah.
the plan, but I feel like nowadays they don't have the plan. They're just like, we're just going to wing it and then we'll save it in post.
Well, and the problem is it doesn't work because you see movies like Black Widow and like the CGI that comes after that when it just says, let's just try and throw an explosion. It just looks terrible.
Yeah. And a lot, I watch, if you don't know who Corridor Crew or Corridor Digital is, they're just a team based in LA, and they do a lot of computer graphic work. They're VFX artists. That's what they are.
Okay.
But they're also like storytellers and filmmakers and stuff like that. But one of their points was, I'm kind of losing track here. What was I gonna say? Crap. I totally blanked.
You're good. You're talking about something corridor. I forget the
Yeah.
one. But
What was the last thing you said? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. This
that
is
I
bad.
said?
Yeah, that you said.
Dude, I'm not the type of person to help you with this.
Ah,
I'm like Dory, dude. I got short-term memory loss.
yeah, I had something and then I like got sidetracked and then I
Yeah,
lost it. And then
dude,
I
you're
I was
good.
like trying to think about it too hard and then I lost it again.
You're
But
good. Well, if it comes back to you, just let me know. But dude,
yeah, I'm
trust me,
sure.
I get that more than anyone. Like, I'll be talking to someone and forget what I said 5 seconds ago. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know if I like.
Oh, I know where I was going with it. I'm sorry. Um,
Shoot. Go ahead.
uh, so what they say is like it's not really the VFX artist's fault. It's not the artist's fault,
Okay.
or like the VFX studio's fault. Sometimes it's just like these studios or whatever. They're just like hey, we want to change this. You guys have like 2 days to do it, and they're like that's not enough time. And they're like that's all the time we're gonna give you.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, I have to do something, like, or it's like they're just overworked and they're just giving it to a random intern, and they're just like, hey, do this explosion, you know. And the
I
intern's
gotcha.
like, this is my second day, and they're like, all right, well, what are we paying you for? And they're like, nothing. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just really rushed because like there's a deadline, like they got to get it out and stuff like that. So that's the other thing. It's just like they're just trying to pump all this stuff out as fast as possible. That like they're not taking the time. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
yeah,
it's
nowadays it's faster, but you still need to take time to do it.
no, 100% agreed. I mean, it's like the Marvel complex you got now, where it's like
Mhm.
just same action movie, but after action movie with just different characters. Like the stories
Yeah.
are just the exact same pretty much every single time. And I feel like it didn't used to be like that. Like, I don't know. There's just maybe it's nostalgia for me, but there's just something that like around Endgame just like fell off. I feel like with like Iron Man, Captain America, like just all those stories felt so different. And then when
Mhm.
they came together as the Avengers, I was like, this is something brand new. Like,
Yeah.
what's
Uh-huh.
going on? But now every single time it's, oh, three heroes in a movie. Like that's just normal to have all
Uh-huh.
these heroes in one movie. And it's just like every movie's become an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it's
But
like they innovated and then they're just like, "Oh, we're gonna continue on with this." Like,
exactly.
that's the
Yeah.
thing with the film industry, you gotta constantly be innovating,
Hmm.
uh, and, but yeah, I mean, I have a whole separate argument with, like, Marvel and how they treat, their movies and stuff nowadays and stuff too. It's just like, they're just trying to please the public, which is, like, super annoying because it's like, you'll please us more by just, like, doing it right kinda thing,
Yeah.
'cause I wanna, like, not to get, like, too crazy deep into it, but it's just, like, a lot of the female, like, leads in these movies, it's like Captain Marvel is, like, super awesome, Wonder Woman's an awesome hero, uh uh, Crimson Web, or what was the new one?
Madam Web.
Madam Web, there we go, like, I don't but, like, a female Spider-Man, like, movie, that would've been cool, but it's just, like, they're just kinda, like I feel like they're just putting it out there just to appease people, and they're not putting in the effort, like they would, like, an Iron Man movie or a
Yeah.
Captain America movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I mean, even The Flash too nowadays is just like, they're just, like
That was
they're
bad.
just throwing it out there. They're just, like, take it they're asking for it, so, like, we'll just throw it out there and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's just like, you know, they wouldn't get all this hate and like criticism if they just actually put some time and effort into the stuff.
No,
Because
I know, I agree because it's I mean, sadly, like, Star Wars has been going down the same route too, not with
yeah,
movies at least, um, but it's like, I get what you're saying with
mhm,
the, like, don't just appease the fan core, like, come be innovative, which I totally agree with, but, like,
mhm,
at the same time, I don't think you should make a movie just to, like, appease a certain group, you know? Because I feel like that's what Star Wars is falling into, like, Episode 8, whereas almost the reverse where, Ryan Johnson, that was his name, right? The director?
yeah, I think
He
so.
he came
Last
in and
Jedi.
was like yeah, that one, like, I mean, I
Mhm.
personally, I just didn't as a movie, it was great, but, like, what they did with the characters and stuff, I feel like they just, like, ruined Luke, It just was a
Yeah,
totally different side of him.
they tried to be too different, but I think it just ended up ruining the character and stuff like that.
Yeah, but,
Um,
like, with that, like, you have him and, like, they've had other people on Star Wars projects say, like, they don't even like Star Wars. And like I think Ryan Johnson literally was quoted saying like, I don't want Star Wars fans to like this one, which like some movies I can get, like it, like you're not supposed to like all movies. Movies are supposed to make you feel emotion.
Yeah.
With the Star Wars movie, like you said, both be innovative and different, but don't just like try to lose your whole audience. Like you can find a
Yeah.
middle ground of keeping the fan core
Mhm.
and reaching into new areas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, who are we? We're just random people, you know? We're
Yeah.
just consumers. What do we know?
Yeah.
You know? So we'll leave it to the old guys that are
The,
running the show.
the big wigs. And like
Yeah.
I try not to, because I mean I get caught up personally in like complaining about stuff too much, which is not something I like about myself, and I try to do better
Mhm.
about that. But like I just more creativity, I guess is all I'm saying. Just with
Yeah.
stuff. Like I mean, I'm always down for creativity. So
Yeah. I think one thing to add is like if you ever have the time, just look up the story on the whole Oreo integration, brand integration into Transformers.
okay.
It's this silliest like back and forth of things. It like the spark notes of it is like Oreo wanted the production company or the studio to do one thing, and the studio's like, we're not doing that, and it's like this back and forth, and then the studio doesn't like respond for a while, and Oreo's just like, what the heck? And then finally the studio's just like, we're just making you a Oreo transformer vending machine robot. And it's just
Okay.
like, okay, like that's just way more money and work than what we initially wanted. But like, okay, like, it's just, yeah, it's just a really funny story.
I'll
But
check it
yeah,
out. Was that Shia LaBeouf Transformers or like newer?
no, that was like, I think Mark Wahlberg or something like that.
Okay.
The not really great ones, but a lot of product placement. The blatant product placement,
Yeah.
like, Avengers Endgame and stuff like that with the
Uh,
cars and stuff. Yeah, it's
yeah.
just
Or like
funny.
you got like the Heineken bottle where they're like sitting like this for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we get it, guys.
Yeah, just like drink A&W. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
What's your favorite genre of movie? Like if you were to make, if you had all the budget in the world to make something, what would you want
Sci-fi.
to make? Same.
Yeah, sci-fi for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
that's the thing, it's like sci-fi is super oversaturated, but it's also like super expensive to make, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I always like sci-fi stuff. I think you can do a lot with that. There's a lot of different ways you can go. Um, but yeah.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. And like it is oversaturated for sure, but also there's so many ways you can take it compared to most
Mhm.
genres.
Yep.
Like it's also undersaturated in a sense. Like,
Undersaturated in terms of good content.
yeah.
I watched Rebel Moon the other day.
Oof.
I was just disappointed.
I didn't even finish it, dude. I just couldn't.
I was
I
doing
tried.
other things during it, but I was disappointed in slow-mo. That's how disappointed I was.
Yeah. No,
So,
I will say though, have you seen Netflix like I think it's Love, Death and Robots?
yes, that's great.
There's
Yeah.
some of those that are so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I just love that, anthology series, aspect where it's like all these different studios,
Mhm. Yeah,
just making like their own short story, doesn't
because
have to be one cohesive thing.
there's Oats Studios too. Have you seen
Mhm.
those? Those are good as
Yeah.
well.
O
Yeah.
Studios is crazy. I forget, her name, but she's, the main actress in, Alien.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Um, I love her so much. She's just like, she always plays like the best characters. I love her
Oh,
in Avatar
100%.
and like, of course the Alien movies and stuff like that. But like I
Yeah.
saw her in one of the shorts there and I'm just like, all right, I already love this. Like, it's awesome that
Yeah.
she's in it. But yeah, Oat Studios is kind of crazy. Like I remember watching them on YouTube and stuff like that. And then just randomly I saw them on Netflix and I'm like, what? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, they make some really interesting, cool stuff. So
Yeah. No, I love like short film stuff too.
yeah.
Like that's when you're just kind of thrown into a story haphazardly and it's like you're just seeing a little snippet or it's like just a very condensed story. Like
Uh-huh.
Disney shorts were some of my favorite things. Um
Yeah.
just cuz I don't know, there's something about it where it's like just so just like almost feels complete in a sense because you just
Yeah.
watch it, you're done in 10 minutes, and it's like
Hmm.
they told the entire story they need to. Um,
Yeah.
but there's another Black Mirror. That's the other one I'm thinking of. That's not as much sci-fi. Some of it is, but like, do you ever watch any of those?
No, I'm thinking about it. My girlfriend and I are thinking of trying to find some shows, but I was going to suggest that. I
Yeah,
was also going to suggest Westworld, but I know she wouldn't like that. That's a bit of a sci-fi show, right? Like, if
I
I'm not
haven't seen
mistaken.
it.
I haven't seen it either, but I hear all good things about Westworld. I think one
Okay,
season kind of fell short, but like overall, I think it's like great. See, Austin.
I'll have to check that out. But you see, man. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, dude. So Black Mirror, I would 100% recommend that for you and your girlfriend. It is
Gotcha.
so good. It's something me and my girlfriend watch all the time.
Hmm.
They just like some of them are so realistic, dude. There's one with Bryce Dallas Howard where it's all about like social media, and that one like really gets in your head
Yeah.
because it's a little too real at times. But there's other ones that are just total sci-fi that are like really good to see as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What up, ACOB?
Hey, Cobb in the
Going.
chat. What's up? How's it going? But yeah, there's I can send you some episode recommendations if you want. I think they
Yeah.
get better as they go on. So like almost start in reverse. That's what me and my girlfriend did.
Oh,
So start
interesting.
with like season 6 and go back to season 1. And you can watch
Interesting.
them out of order. Like there's no
Gotcha.
need to watch them in order or anything.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll have to give that a shot. Um, yeah, I'm not a huge show guy. I, I the way my brain works, it's like I gotta start and finish something in one sitting, or I'm not gonna get it done. It's the kind
Yeah.
of the same with videos. It's like if I take too long on a video, I'm not gonna finish it. Um, I equate myself. If you've ever watched Jimmy Neutron, the villain
Yeah.
that never finishes the mad scientist that never finishes anything.
Yeah.
It's just like half built robots and spacecraft, and then half eaten donut and stuff. That's just me. That's just me. I exist like that. It's awful. But yeah. So I'm not a huge show guy. Like Shogun, like I was on a kick for a good little while, and now that I had to wait like a little bit for the next episode, I've kind of like I haven't finished it yet. Same with Bad Batch. Um, so, but when I get into a show, I really get into it. Like
Same.
Stargate SG-1, that's like one of my favorite shows of all
Okay.
time. I love every character in that movie, like every actor and actress. Like there's some great cameos. The guy who plays Teal'c, forget his name. I'm really bad with names. I apologize,
Teal?
but
Who's
yeah,
Teal?
he's the voice of the main dude from God of War.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Um,
gotcha.
but yeah,
I gotcha.
yes, Scott, I do like the original Stargate movie. Anything with again, I'm blanking on the actor's name. He's in Hateful Eight, but he's also in like Escape LA, Escape New York. Oh man, what's his name,
I think I know
man?
who you're talking about too.
Crap. But anything he's in, I love. But yeah, the original Stargate movie, like it wasn't as good as the show, but like,
Okay.
oh, Kurt Russell, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get better at my names, but yeah, Kurt Russell, I love Kurt Russell. He's just so awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the original Stargate movie is pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't if you're gonna watch the show, like I guess you can watch it, but the show does like a really good job of setting it up, like setting up from the beginning. Like you don't have to watch the movie to understand the show.
Yeah.
But I recommend Stargate SG-1 to everybody like that I meet. Like it's just it's a cheesy sci-fi like 90s to early 2000s TV show. Like I'm
Okay.
sure you've seen an episode of it maybe once or something like a snippet or something, but oh my gosh, it's great. If you go into with the mindset of just like this is like the show isn't taking itself too seriously, like then you'll have a blast. Like it's great. Um but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude. Like, that's my. I think Netflix has the best originals. Have you seen Altered Carbon? Have you heard of that one?
What was it? I'm sorry. I I'm a blonde, so I can't do two things at once. So I was reading and then
Yeah,
just like
no, you're good. I said, have you seen Altered Carbon?
no, I haven't. No.
That one is really good. It's a 2-season watch, so it's not
Okay.
too bad, but that is like 10 out of 10 sci-fi show in my book.
Nice.
That one's really good. But
Altered
like you were saying, going back a little bit here, why won't this thing focus? Gosh. Going back a little bit here with the like wanting to watch something in one sitting rather than like having to deal with the whole show. I'm the
Mhm.
same way, unless like you said, I really get into it. So that's why I like Black Mirror so much, because it's
Yeah.
not like one overarching story. It's like a story in a story in a story. So you can watch a 40-minute episode, and that's like just a condensed movie basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's like that doesn't really carry on into the next one. Gotcha.
Hmm.
That I mean, I watched all of the Fallout show. I watched it in 2 days. Like,
Jeez.
but it was just like, I had my day off at work and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to watch this and then like, the next day was like it's like watching a movie or something like that. So, I was able to get it done quickly, and I really enjoyed it. But like
Gotcha.
if I have to wait for it, like for example, House of Dragons, like that season came out like a year and a half ago, something like that, and now we're getting the second season. It's just like now I have no interest. Like
Yeah.
I don't, I forgot about it. Like, and I forget everything that happened. And you know, now it's just like now it's more of a hassle to go and watch than anything.
Yeah, that's fair. Now I get that, because like if you start a show and then like fall out of interest almost with it,
Mhm.
it's like finishing it was just because he's probably got like 3 hours of content left, and you're like, well, what's the point now?
Yeah.
But there are some shows, like one of them that there's a couple shows I like will rewatch over and over and over. Parks and Rec is one of them.
Mm.
This anime Cyberpunk on Netflix. Have you seen that
Okay.
one?
No,
Are
I didn't know.
you a big anime guy?
Um, I like anime movies. I don't like anime
Okay.
shows.
Okay.
Just
Um,
because for me, shows, I'm not a show
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. It's an interesting take though. I don't think I've ever actually met anyone who's like into anime movies but not the shows. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's just like movies take a lot more time to produce and there's a lot more thought in it, I feel. And
no, I get
also,
it.
just one sitting. Like I love
Yeah.
Akira, I love Ghost in the Shell, anything Studio Ghibli. Um, yeah. So
Yeah, that's cool. Like I haven't watched too many animes. I'm not like a weeb or anything, but Cyberpunk is a really good one.
yeah,
That one that one pulls with your heartstrings a little bit.
gotcha. I've seen
um,
bits and pieces of it.
yeah, the
Mhm.
overall and it's a quick watch. I mean, you can watch it in a day because it's
Gotcha.
like 8 20-minute episodes, I think.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that one. What was the other one I was gonna say? Outer Banks. That was my like COVID show,
Okay.
and I
Gotcha.
fell in love with that afterwards.
Mhm.
I've watched that way too many times, and I know it's like a cringy like high school type show. I feel like,
That's all
but
right.
I love that one.
Yeah, Stargate SG-1 was my COVID show, so that's why I love it so much.
Gotcha.
And then my girlfriend likes, reality TV, like, it's like she says it's like her guilty pleasure kind of thing, but
Golden
I
Bachelor and
like will
stuff.
overhear it, and I'm just like, "How do you watch this?" Like, they're just constantly yelling at each other, like,
I
over
know.
what? Peanut butter? Like, I don't know, like, it's, like,
Yeah.
stupid stuff. But then she'll, like, watch, like, NCIS, and she's on SWAT right now, and, it's just, like, it's drama, crime TV, which, like, I can get behind, like, that's cool. I like Grey's Anatomy, I thought that was interesting. Um, but because that's kind of a show, like, it has an overarching story, but, like, each episode is, like, unique and stuff
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that. Like NCIS, I really liked NCIS and
Yeah.
The Newsroom. If you really appreciate good storytelling and writing, watch The Newsroom.
Okay.
Um, Fantastic.
Gotcha. I have to check that out. I just feel like I see so much advertising for NCAS, like, because that show been on for like
Yeah.
11 years now or something.
Listen, I stopped watching after Gibbs left. After Gibbs left, like I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to
All
watch
right.
this anymore. That and Denozo. When Denozo and Gibbs left. Yeah.
Have you ever seen 24?
No, I never watched that.
That's a really good one. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really good. It's for that same type of like cop genre, I guess. I
Mhm.
also am a buff for the old stuff though. So
Mhm.
like I love Gilligan's Island, Miami Vice, like
Yeah.
older shows.
Mhm. Yeah, older shows, there's something about them. They just got this little, thing to them. Like early 2000s, that kind of stuff. Like
Mm,
they got this quality to them that, it's a little nostalgic, but it's also like, unique. Like
yeah.
that's what it was at the time. So, yeah,
So were you a Disney kid or a Nickelodeon kid or
I was a
Cartoon Network,
Cartoon
I
Network.
guess? Okay.
So, but here's the thing, my Cartoon Network wasn't the same as other people's Cartoon Network. Like, of course, I loved Ed, Edd and Eddy and like Chowder, Camp Lazlo, like all that kind of stuff. But there was a channel called Boomerang, and that had all the old school like Cartoon Network shows, I guess. So I had like the Jetsons, the Flintstones, like all that kind of stuff. So I got to grow up with like some of the classics, which was nice.
Gotcha.
Um, but the only time I watched Nickelodeon was for a channel called Nickelodeon Gas or Nick Gas. And that had all the old Nickelodeon game shows on it. So Hidden Temple was on there, like all the slime shows, that kind of stuff. So like I would watch that, you know, as a kid. And then when I got a little bit older, I watched a channel called G4, and that was entirely video games. It was all video games. So they had Attack of the Show and some other video game shows where they would just talk about the new games coming out, like Gears of War 3, Halo 3, all that stuff. They'd have sneak peek access and would review games and stuff like that. So it was basically like YouTube gaming channels before YouTube was really a thing, like a thing. Um, but they also had Ninja Warrior on there, the OG
Oh,
Ninja Warrior,
really?
like, filmed in Japan and stuff
Dang.
like that. Before American Ninja Warrior was the thing. But that I love that show. It was so awesome. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's sweet.
I was never like the traditional kind of stuff.
Okay. I remember Boomerang though. I remember seeing that because like when I watched Cartoon Network, I was like Teen Titans Go and
Yeah, that was
stuff
a good
like
one.
that.
I never watched a lot of the shows like religiously, but if they were on, I'd watch it. You know what I mean? I would kind of just like flip through and whatever was on, I would just watch. Like I didn't have to I didn't really the first time I remember like sitting down excited for a new episode of a show that I kept track in my mind was Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh, that was a fun one. I
Yeah,
remember
when I was a
those.
kid, I remember like, hey, it's Saturday or it's Friday night, Star Wars: The Clone Wars is on, you know. Uh, so I remember sitting down on the TV. I remember watching Landing at Point Rain as a kid, and just being like, "This is the best Star Wars content ever!" Like, this is so awesome. So yeah, Brooklyn 99 is hilarious.
Bro, I do not know where this thing's about to drive me up a wall. Oh my
Oh, that's
gosh.
all right. No
I think I
worries.
gotta put it on like I guess I left it on auto or something. I'm not sure.
Is your screen? Do you see your screen?
No, I left that in because that sucks down your battery, doesn't it? Should I pull that out?
Yeah,
'Cause I
pull
know
it
you
out.
can
It's
tap
always
that.
on. It's always on.
Oh, never mind. I didn't think it turned on unless you had it out.
I mean, I could be wrong, but
No, I'm sure you're right. The battery's also like about to die, so that's probably part of it.
yeah,
There
just
we
tap
go.
your face and you're good.
Oh, okay. This is why I keep you around.
I'm your guy. I mean, we're using the same camera, so
Yeah.
there we go.
So how does yours not die? You just have it plugged in, you said?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
a fake battery plugged in there, and it's just plugged into my power strip and stuff. So
Gotcha.
it'll
Yeah.
run as long as it's plugged in. No
Yeah, I
chance
gotta
of
invest in
overheating.
that.
So back when I did video game tournaments and stuff like that, that I got it for that because I wanted my camera to like not die in the middle of a shoot because like sometimes these tournaments would go for 12 hours.
Oh, jeez.
So like I would just be on the back end doing technical stuff, and then my buddies would be commentating and like all that stuff in front of the camera and
Yeah.
all that. So we went really heavy into it. It was a lot of fun. But
That's sweet. Yeah, I've been going with this and usually gets me about an hour and 20 or so and then shuts off. So I just switched to StreamYard. But
mhm.
Yeah, there's like so much stuff I'm trying to prioritize what to get because I want to get better lighting because right now I've just got a ring light.
Mhm.
So I want to get like there's like the little box lights you can get. I know it's only like $60 or so. I think you can get 2 on Amazon. I was just gonna start with those. Probably.
Yeah.
Um,
I use GVM. It's a brand called GVM. It's like Great Video Maker or something like that.
okay.
But I saw they have some sales on like their uh RGB like lighting kits. So they're just like square lights that you can change the color temperature on, which is really handy and useful, but
Yeah.
also they have color changing full RGB, and then they also have like different settings like flickering TV, flickering candle, disco party,
Oh dang.
police lights, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So they're cool effects with it too, but you can also control it from an app and stuff like that. They can all connect and work in slave, and you can all adjust everything at the same time or independently.
Alrighty.
And
Oh
it's like $300 for like 3, I think.
yeah.
And it sounds like a lot, but for 3 full RGB lights, it's pretty good. Bless you,
Thank you, dude. My allergies been kicking my butt.
dude. It's all good. Yeah, but
um.
I used to grow up in like it was a valley, so like all
Okay.
the pollen would just like
Oh
come in
shoot.
and just be the worst. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. See, at my job, I'm outside a lot, off and
Mhm.
on. So it kicks my butt. And last night was terrible. I fell asleep with my window open. I woke up, my eyes were
Bad
like
choice.
blood red. Yeah, I just looked that up though, so I'll check those out for sure. But thanks for that.
Sweet.
But yeah, I gotta get.
Bless you.
Man, I'm a mess tonight, dude.
All good, no worries. I mean,
but
hey, like it cut it off, so you're good.
yeah, no, I pressed the mute button.
Oh, nice. There you go. Like, I like it.
I'm slick. I'm slick like that. But yeah, I gotta get a backlight, like you said. I don't know.
Mm,
I was gonna do so. I got a lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. I was gonna put
nice.
that back there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Um, I was gonna hang that back there, but the problem is there's no way to turn off the like sound effects. So the whole
Oh,
time it just is like.
oh, gotcha.
I'm like, okay.
Also, then you gotta worry about the batteries. Those are all double A.
Yeah, they actually last a while though. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I use mine quite a bit for display and
Mhm.
fun. But like they last a good bit.
Yeah.
I've only had to replace them once since I bought the lightsaber and I got it 2 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, if you want accent lights, there are a lot of options out there. That you could probably find.
I mean, yeah, I've got lava lamps and stuff too that I
Nice.
could
There you
throw
go.
back there. So I'm like, I got stuff. I just got to get the setup done.
Yeah.
But
I want to get those fake neon like lights in the back. Maybe something custom with like my logo or something like that. That'd be
oh
cool.
yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. I want some of my logo too. I think I'm gonna have. Do you know the Bricklayers? Have you heard of them on Instagram? They're
I
not so much
so
on YouTube, but they're on Instagram.
okay.
They're out of Austin, so they're like. I feel like the Lego community has like different cliques almost. They're like
Mhm.
into like Shy, Gene, Rob, the Builder, like that clique. If you know any of them in Texas, but they're really cool people. But they make like wooden signs, and they're
Mhm.
starting to like commission them to people.
Oh,
So
cool.
I think the plan is to have them make me like a little wooden sign for Tigerbuilds. So
Oh,
if you ever want to
nice.
sign for anything, they make really cool stuff.
Sweet. I'll have to check it out for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I'd want to do something like that because like I think it'd be fun to just make products and sell them and like do commissions and stuff. I just don't know
Mhm.
what I do, but
Yeah, I get that for sure. But there's a lot you could do. It's just figuring out what you want to do. That's the thing. That's the hard
yeah,
part.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll really quick. I wanted to shout this out. I'll pull this up. So
Gotcha.
before we hop off, guys, make sure you go and not that one. Make sure you go and use. Oh, you lost me.
I still see you, but you're
Yeah, no,
frozen.
I know you see me, but I'm frozen in time. Make sure you go and use Lego Man's affiliate link on his Instagram. Battle packs are finally $23.
Yeah. I mean,
So
also on my
finally
community
jumped.
page,
Okay,
or
go check
tab
that
if
out
that's
too.
easier.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you don't have to use my affiliate link. It just helps me out. But like, hey, it's on sale. This is what we've been waiting for. You know what I mean? I think 24 bucks, like, you know, could it be better? Yes. But, you know, if you got
I'm
some
not
extra
complaining.
cheddar, you know, if you got some
Yeah.
extra cash that's burning a hole in your pocket and you're like, nothing May 1st looks good to me. Here you go. You got something. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens to this bought in the month because it's been pretty high, and I'm expecting
Mm.
like just today there's probably over 1,000 sold. So
Yeah. I was so close to getting some, but I really just I pulled myself back and I'm like, no, like it'll be on sale again, and
yeah,
maybe it'll be on sale even more. But I really got to save money up for Brick World. It's like, you know, I everything's kind of paid for and stuff like that. But it's like I want fun money. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah. Same.
yeah,
I'm
just
saving up too.
just pumping
I
the
get
brakes
it.
a little bit. Just pumping the brakes. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be pod number 4. Thank you all for stopping by, and again, thank you, Cole, for coming on. Appreciate having you.
absolutely happy to.
We'll have to have you on another time.
Heck
But
yeah.
yeah, it was a fun night. Glad talking to you, and we will see you guys on the flip.
Peace.